Joining us now, ranking member of the House Select Committee on Intelligence, Democratic Congressman Adam Schiff of California. Good to have you on board. I guess we'll start there. What do you make of those allegations and that effort?
Well, they look all too accurate. What we've seen over the course of the investigation is Chairman and some of the other committee members not a lot of interest in the issues that the committee was established to investigate in terms of Russia's interference in our election, the context between the Russians and the Trump campaign, but rather initially a focus on unmasking as a way of discrediting the Obama administration. And when nothing was found there, they moved to pivot to this issue to try to tear down Christopher Steele, tear down the FBI, ultimately tear down Bob Mueller. These are actions that the White House wants them to take, that Steve Bannon wants them to take, but are enormously destructive of our administration of justice and of course, a major distraction from the Russia investigation.
And new reporting from NBC News this morning about the Justice Department interviewing FBI agents about Hillary Clinton on the orders of Attorney General Jeff Sessions. DOJ prosecutors have begun asking FBI agents to explain the evidence they found in a now dormant criminal investigation into a controversial uranium deal that critics have linked to Bill and Hillary Clinton, according to multiple law enforcement officials. A senior Justice Department official said that the interviews are part of the effort to fulfill a promise an Assistant Attorney General made to Congress last month to examine whether a special counsel was warranted to look into what has become known as the Uranium One deal. How are we supposed to, Adam Schiff, process these efforts? I mean, there's a lot of questions about the Clintons that we raised on this show during the campaign that were legit, and we raised them much to the dismay of the Clinton campaign and many on the left. But what do you make of the timing of this?
Well, I think we have to look back at where this Uranium One investigation originated in terms of the current year. And it originated in the White House. You had the president literally tweeting on the eve of these indictments, Republicans in Congress do something, all in capital letters, and urge them to investigate Hillary Clinton. And then you had the White House intervene with the Justice Department in violation of White House and Justice Department policy and say, you know, get this uranium investigation started by lifting the gag rule on a particular witness. And so they broke down that barrier between the White House and the Justice Department. The Justice Department has unfortunately run with this, and they have all too many pliant members in Congress who are also willing to do the president's bidding. So that's why we have this now new investigation of Hillary Clinton. Let's not investigate what the Russians did. Let's not worry about what a violation of our sovereignty that was or what connections there is between the Russians and the Trump campaign. Let's do another Hillary Clinton investigation. After all, you can never have too many of those.
Congressman Schiff, it's Willie Geist. It's good to see you this morning. There's been an effort starting with the White House, but also now we see from your colleague on the Intel Committee, Devin Nunes. We saw it in the Judiciary Committee last week with the questioning of Deputy Attorney General Rod Rosenstein to question the integrity of the FBI, to question the integrity of the Intel community and the way it's pursued the Russia investigation. Do you personally, knowing all you know and all you can share with us publicly anyway, do you have any questions, any doubts about the way Bob Mueller has conducted his investigation, about the way the FBI has behaved in its pursuit of this investigation? Do you worry that it's biased in some way, as those people have argued?
No, I don't. I have tremendous confidence in Bob Mueller and his team. And I think, you know, the reality is they also have too much confidence in Bob Mueller and his team. They're too worried about what he may find. And to impugn the credibility of the whole Bureau as a way of going after Bob Mueller, as a way of protecting the president, is such a disservice. And you have to ask, you know, where are the patriots in Congress right now? Where are those that are willing to stand up for our institutions, for our checks and balances, you know, for the brave men and women that are working hard to protect us? I've worked for the FBI for over 30 years since I was an assistant U.S. attorney. They're the most professional of all of the law enforcement agencies. And that doesn't mean that every agent does everything perfectly, but there's no indication that the Bureau exercised a bias in their handling of this. You can disagree with individual decisions, and I certainly have. And chief among them, the decision by the director of the FBI to discuss the Clinton investigation in the waning days and not inform the country of a parallel investigation of the other candidate. But I don't think it was politically motivated. And to suggest that Bob Mueller a Republican appointed by another Republican, working with other Republicans, is somehow biased against the Republican president because of partisan reasons, is a disservice and a smear of a dedicated public servant, but more broadly just hurts our democracy and our system of checks and balances.
Very challenging times. Ranking member of the House Intelligence Committee, Congressman